Hello everyone, and welcome to Level Up Your English. Today, I'm going to read you a story. The story is called The Castle Where Nobody Slept. This is a more advanced story, perfect for intermediate learners. So relax, listen carefully, and enjoy. Let's begin. On the highest hill above the village stood Blackstone Castle. During the day, it looked beautiful. Its towers were tall and elegant, and its old gray walls shone silver when the sun touched them. Swallows flew around the roof, and the garden below the castle was full of roses, herbs, and white statues covered in green leaves. But when night came, nobody in the castle slept. Not the guards at the gates, not the cooks in the kitchens, not the maids in the small rooms under the roof, not even Lord and Lady Blackstone in their grand bedroom. Every night, as soon as midnight arrived, strange things began to happen. People heard footsteps in empty corridors, doors opened and closed by themselves. A cold wind passed through locked rooms. Sometimes there was soft crying, sometimes there was laughter. Sometimes there was only silence, a silence so deep that people feared it even more than the sounds. For 3 months no one had slept properly, and after 3 months without sleep, people began to change. The cooks burned food, the guards forgot their duties. One maid cried every morning, another left the castle at night without remembering how. Lord Blackstone became angry, Lady Blackstone became pale and quiet. Even Prince Adrian stopped smiling. Adrian was 17. He loved books, music, and quiet places. Before all this, he used to play the piano every evening. Now he waited for night with fear. One afternoon his father called him. "The doctor cannot help us," said Lord Blackstone. "The priest cannot help us. No one has found anything." He looked at Adrian. "Tomorrow your mother will leave. You will go with her." Adrian hesitated. "I don't want to leave," he said. "This is not a discussion," his father replied. But Adrian stood firm. Everyone is afraid, but nobody is really looking for the cause. His father sighed. "Do what you want." That night, Adrian went to the library. After searching for hours, he found a hidden notebook. It was his grandmother's diary. At first, it spoke about normal things. Then the tone changed. Strange sounds, broken mirrors, fear. And then one sentence. "The child does not rest because he was never given a name." Adrian froze. A child, no name. Something terrible had been hidden in the castle. That night, Adrian did not sleep. He took a candle and followed the sounds. At midnight, he heard footsteps. Slow, soft, invisible. They led him to the eastern wing. At the end of a corridor, there was a small blue door. He opened it. Inside was an old nursery, and in the middle of the room stood a boy, about 6 years old, pale, sad, holding a wooden horse. "Are you afraid of me?" the boy asked. "A little," Adrian said. "Most people are." Adrian stepped closer. "Are you the one making the sounds?" "I try not to," the boy said. "But nobody comes." Adrian felt something break inside him. "Who are you?" "I don't know." Then Adrian understood. The child had never been named, never remembered, never allowed to rest. This was not a curse. It was grief. Old, forgotten grief. "You should have had a name," Adrian said softly. What name? Asked the boy. Adrian thought for a moment. Then he smiled. I think Thomas. The boy whispered it. Thomas. And for the first time, he smiled. A soft, warm light filled the room. Will you remember me? The child asked. I will. Will they? I'll make sure they do. The boy began to fade. Goodbye, Thomas. And then he was gone. The next morning, something incredible happened. Everyone slept, deeply, peacefully, for the first time in months. The castle was finally calm. Later, Adrian showed his parents the nursery. They understood. They had hidden their pain, and it had haunted them. A week later, the room remained open, clean, quiet, and above the cradle there was a small silver plate with one name, Thomas. After that, nobody feared the night again. And sometimes, late at night, Adrian could hear a child laughing, not in sadness, but in peace. All right, that was the story, The Castle Where Nobody Slept. I hope you enjoyed it. Listen again and you'll understand more each time. And don't forget to subscribe to level up your English.